Ah, man, I tell you, Christmas 2013 ended up being probably one of the best Christmases I've had in a long time. I did it all. Decorated trees, opened gifts, drank some eggnog. Heck, the comic book cast even had its 100th episode. Yep, I did everything that I set out to do this year. Except for actually make a special Christmas video for my own channel. Damn. I actually did end up writing one, and I really liked how it turned out. I had planned to make the video, edit it, and then just kind of sit on it for next year, but then I realized I have absolutely zero patience for that sort of long con game, so I figured, screw it, I'll just release it now, and, maybe people will like it, as we're still kind of in the Christmas, New Year's window thing. So, yeah, without further ado, here is your belated Christmas video, everyone. Hope you enjoy it. Ooh, and before I forget, it's a top 5 list on underrated animated Christmas specials because, those aren't a dime a dozen, am I right? Okay, let's get to it. Number 5, Holiday Time. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command was a show that by all rights should not have worked. For those of you who don't remember, it was a series chronicling the adventures of everyone's favorite space ranger turned lovable action figure. And yet, surprisingly, the show manages to work quite well, helped out by some smart writing and some really good science fiction. Buzz has his own ragtag crew, and together they all go on amazing adventures. But perhaps one of the most clever outings was actually this Christmas special. You see, the evil Emperor Zurg, voiced by Newman from Seinfeld, has stolen a device that allows Santa to stop time on Christmas so that he can deliver all the gifts.
The audacity.
Well, what does it say?
It's a list of nefarious things Zurg plans to do. Sabotage our fleet, bust out the prisoners on PC-7, and steal my newspaper.
The other great bit this episode has going for it is how it utilizes the LGMs, or Little Green Men, for those of you not in the know. You see, while some of them work for Star Command, the others work for Santa. Holiday Time also boasts an incredibly creative fight scene wherein Buzz must use the old Santa tech to counteract the time-stopping device. Keep at least one eye open for a super slick action movie turn to the camera, Buzz does.
'Tis the season to give, and I like to give till it hurts. Lightyear, you buffoon! I control time! How could you possibly fly fast enough to catch me?
With a hyperspeed accelerator.
I'd say the Yuletide is turned.
All in all, it's just a really cool, really funny sci-fi take on your standard Christmas special, and yet no one ever seems to talk about this. Maybe it's because Disney has never actually put this show on DVD. I think we all know who the real holiday Grinches are around here, am I right? Number 4, Frozen Out. Static Shock, much like the Milestone comics that spawned, it was always a show with a little social consciousness and commentary behind it. And what better time to teach an important life lesson than at Christmas time? A new Bang Baby that's a person with superpowers, in case you didn't already know, and not a child born out of a gangbang, although I can't blame you for thinking that, surfaces at Christmas time. Her name is Permafrost, and surprise, surprise, she can control ice.
Follow me. She's not bad, She just has problems up here.
Yeah, it's one of those. While other shows were doing upbeat holiday pieces, Static Shock decided to tell a super sad and serious tale about homelessness and mental illness. You know what? It's an emotional gut punch from start to finish, while never feeling too schmaltzy or preachy. That really was the power of both the series and especially this episode.
I lost my mom, too. I know how hard it is, how the pain never really goes away. Is that why you did what you did at the mall and the power station?
Those families, all happy and warm in their homes, they have no idea how it is out here. When you're homeless, people look right through you. It's like you're not even there.
Yeah, I've been guilty of that.
I thought when I got these powers, things would get better for me. They didn't. I'm more alone now than ever.
Frozen Out really is a great special, one with a really important message to be thankful for what you have, and be aware that some people don't have it near as good as you do in the season of giving. I would say track this one down, but yet again, this episode is also not out on DVD. Are you beginning to see a theme with this top 5 so far? Number 3, Yes, Mikey, Santa Shaves. Ah, now this one takes me back. What a smart premise Recess had. A cartoon devoted to all the adventures that could be had during recess, complete with a colorful cast of kid characters. You have Mikey, the lovable chubby kid and aspiring singer, who has been cast in the role of Santa for the school play. Too bad he's beginning to have a Christmas crisis of faith, one of which his friends are not being very helpful with.
Are you guys saying you don't believe in Santa?
It's not that we don't believe, Mikey. It's just, well...
We're not real sure. I mean, you have to admit, Mikey, the concept of an overweight man in a red suit delivering presents to several million children all in one night is a tad difficult to accept.
I don't think you need to bring his weight into it.
Mikey, let me explain.
No, you don't have to. It's very clear. You all think there's no Santa.
We're sorry, Mikey, but...
No, don't feel sorry for me. I feel sorry for you.
The title of this episode is, of course, a reference to the classic special Yes, Virginia, There Is a Santa Claus, and as such deals with similar themes, dissecting Santa in both a literal and figurative sense. I think we all at some point in our lives find ourselves where Mikey is in this episode, questioning Santa and everything he may or may not stand for, but of course this is the season of miracles, and things have a funny way of working themselves out for the best in the end.
You made a great Santa.
Thanks to you, mister. You helped me find that place in my heart that I thought was closed for the holidays.
I don't think it was closed, Mikey. I just think you'd gone and taken a lunch break. Well, I better get going. I still have lots to do before the big day.
Hey, mister. How'd you know about my show?
You invited me, remember?
I did? Wait, you dropped something! Hey, wait a minute.
Yo, Mikey, who was the geezer you were talking to? And isn't that the letter you wrote to Santa?
I thought you tore that up and threw it into the wind.
I did.
But that means...
Yeah, Santa shaved.
That is, of course, the great James Earl Jones as the voice of Santa. So, yeah, Megan Kelly, there's your Black Santa. He's right there, and he's awesome. So, stick that in your stocking and smoke it, why don't you? Also, as you may or may not have guessed, this is yet another episode not on DVD. I'm thinking the Mouse House deserves a lump of coal in their stocking this year for not releasing all these great shows and specials. Number 2, The Santa Claus Brothers. Brought to us by Canadian animation powerhouse Nelvana, this is a 2001 CG animated film about the wacky sons of Santa Claus, who are all vying for their dad's job and all the responsibility that comes with it. So the boys are sent to where else but LA, a place where there's no snow, to prove their worth. Now I can hear you all saying, but Joel, that plot sounds awfully familiar to some other movies that have come out in the last few years. Yeah, well, this one did it first, so there. The sons themselves are all great. One's a party animal, one's a brain, and yet once they get out into the real world, each of them manage to find their own answer to what is the true meaning of Christmas. Now, I actually can't find very much footage of this movie beyond the one trailer I've been showing, and that's sad because it really is an adorable little Christmas film. Some American friends have told me apparently this one still gets some play on Cartoon Network around Christmas time, which is really unfortunate. I know I haven't seen it on Canadian TV in forever. How weird is that? Yet again, even at Christmas time, Americans benefit off the labor of Canadians. Pfft. Bah humbug. You know what? Actually, more than any other entry on this list, I think this one is due for a comeback for one simple reason. You know why? Walter freaking White himself, Bryan Cranston, is the voice of Santa in this movie. And honestly, I think it's probably one of his most underrated performances that the guy's ever given. Actually, you know what? I'm a fairly big internet personality. I have pull. Let's all tweet Nelvana and get this movie out somewhere where we can buy it. Yeah, let's just go to their Twitter page. Their Twitter page wherein I actually have more followers than them. You know what? Just scratch the whole thing and maybe write them a nice thank you letter for this movie and just, leave it at that. And my number 1 underrated animated Christmas pick is The Life and Adventures of Santa Claus. Based on the classic Rankin Bass special of the same name, Adventures is for all intents and purposes Santa Begins. From being raised by a mountain cat to teaming up with elves, and oh yeah, bringing joy to all the children of the world, when he finds the time to.
Here seems so unfair, Ak. Some have much, others have little. And the children, they seem to be denied even a chance to better their lot.
Fairness is not part of the human condition.
Even among the little ones?
By the time these children are grown, they will have learned to be unjust as well. It is human to do so.
But I am human. I will never be like them. You don't think I will, do you?
I do not know, Nicholas, what you will be. That is yours to discover.
Much like the claymation version, epic fantasy battle scenes are also in no short supply. Yeah, this is a movie where fairies and other magical creatures actually take up arms to defend Santa's right to spread joy and wonder. And really, I think that's why I keep coming back to this one year after year. The idea that a good deed on its own is its own reward, and yet sadly, no matter how hard you try to spread joy, some people will want to stop you from doing good in the world. In this case, it's these crazy monster guys.
What? Immortality is our most precious gift. It cannot be given lightly.
Wait, hear me out. This man saw the wretched lives of human children, and he set out single-handedly to change that. He is now known as Saint Nicholas among humans, and is loved by children wherever he has traveled in their world.
Many humans are good. Why should this one deserve to live forever?
Because he has done something that we immortals have failed to accomplish.
And what, pray tell, would that be, Ak?
He has given them gifts far greater than toys. He has taught the children the importance of giving, of caring, of hope and believing. As they grow up, these gifts remain. He has caused the hearts of all humankind to grow.
You know, looking back now, I really should have called this the 5 Christmas specials you can't actually see, because yet again, this one is very hard to find. And I would never condone something like privacy. I mean, that would be naughty. And I don't want to bring down the wrath of the man in the red suit who stands in judgment of all of us. Santa and Satan have a lot in common when you break it down, don't they? Oh, geez, even their names are kind of similar. Wait, did I have a point? I mean, where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and let the spirit of the season be with you always. Thanks for watching.